story voice for you. I'm a lethal killing machine.
Always believed in freedom of the press.
Excellent work. Quit now, and cake will be served.
I mean, who doesn't enjoy cake?
I am the instrument of justice, and I cannot fall.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Damestack. Woo! Damestack is back. Episode 73 of, well, I guess it's Gamestack, but in the show notes it says episode 73, but really it's technically episode 2.
Oh, I am not gonna keep up with these like sub-show numbering systems. This is 73.
Oh, come on. Well, we have.
Keep it simple.
I'm your host Vendertron. Joining us this evening, as per usual, are these two crazies, Shalene and Rick. How you guys doing?
We're both we're both below you there.
Oh,
hi. Yes. Yeah.
And also because we just love dames, we have all the dames with us, save for who are we missing? Vasselsa. Yeah. Ladies, how you doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Really
doing
well.
good. Excellent.
Very good.
It's so nice to have all of you guys back. I missed you. Didn't you miss them? I just missed them. You guys are so great.
We had so much fun last time.
It was so much fun, and we're going to have so much fun tonight. We have a lot of stuff that we want to talk about. If you guys haven't already noticed, I worked really hard this afternoon for about 6 minutes and made our Halloween background.
It's beautiful.
I like the spider.
Halloween.
So yes, take a gander at that if you're just coming into the chat. If you are coming in for the first time, hit that follow button. If you are coming back to watch another wonderful show, don't forget to host us on Twitch, tell your friends about the show, share us across social media, and if you're interested, you can also tweet at us at We Just Love Games and our sister show at TFS or That Fallout Show on Twitter. And we do have one thing to mention this evening. We have a new episode of Geography Arcade. Our lovely friends over at the Robots Radio Network have been pushing out a new podcast with Dave Chaffins, and that is called Geography Arcade. You can find it on several different podcast platforms. But Rick, Shalene, and myself were on there with Dave the other day, and we talked about zombies. It was a lot of fun.
And Resident Evil.
And Resident
so
Evil, yeah. And
Good
then we,
stuff.
and then I did a little micro lesson on viruses, which was really interesting too. So check that out if you haven't already done so. We're going to be talking about our gameplay. We're going to cover some news, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the stocks, and then a little special Halloween themed segment with everybody. But before we go into that, Shalene, did you want to share our new Discordians?
I'd love to. Welcome to all of the lovely new people who have joined our Discord. It's been a busy couple of weeks. We had several new Discordians. Welcome to Bride of Grimm, who already has made a splash in the Makeup and Beauty channel. That guy. Yes, not that guy. That guy. And Aklakombe, Clacombe, Stuart OG11, Connolly Rand, Bear, and Lucas Kane. Welcome all of you to the Discord.
Somebody's roast is done. How can people get onto the Discord, Shalene?
You can join the Discord by clicking on the link that is just below on Twitch. That link is on our Twitch page, even when we're not live. So you can visit twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames at any time and click that link to join. Mm-hmm. Alternately, you can send any of us a message on social media and we'll get you the link.
Also, welcome to United Wastelanders Network. Do we know? I'm familiar with this username.
So I was logged in under my other account when we first started the stream.
I
But
see.
hello, and they are following you.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, Discord's been super busy. I pulled up the StatBot link as well. Guess who took the top spot for chatting?
Hopefully that's not me.
That would be this one right here. That would be me.
Wow.
Yeah. So
All that
I'm
COVID spam.
I know it's the COVID channel. It's really that's all that it is.
That's a really good channel, though.
Shalene,
It's
you've
really informative.
Shalene, you've slipped down to slot number 3.
Lovely.
Who's 2?
Did you go on vacation or something?
I've been so productive at work.
Did you uninstall Discord at
I'm
work?
getting
Is that what
so
happened?
much done.
In the second place, we got Joshy Neurotic keeping up with the messages.
Joshy.
So
Joshy's good people.
yeah.
Did I even make top 10? I doubt it.
But you've been there, Rick, and that's like major points.
I don't know. Let me see here. How do
I'm a lurker. What can I say?
There's here we go. Messages. Top 10.
Oh, I see that my channel made the top 10. Because I saw the word dick and I knew it was mine.
Dick's Picks. Yeah. Your channel is ranked number 4, so well done. Yeah. You're also in the top spot for voice. So
well, I
would expect.
Yeah,
so.
nobody ever uses the voice channels.
No.
I
There's
think
like cobwebs in there.
I
It's not even
think
Halloween.
because this is not logged in with my Discord,
okay.
I can't
I
see.
didn't.
No, I want to see it now. I'm curious.
I'm live, and I didn't mean it to be a thing.
But it's a
I'm
thing
curious,
now,
too.
and you have to wait.
I also want to know, when people pull up cat pics and cute pics, does that count towards Discord activity?
It sure does.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So,
Then I know a few other people who might be up there.
Rick, you're number 5, buddy.
Oh, good. I'm average at everything.
I'm actually kind
Right
of
in the middle.
embarrassed that I'm the top member.
Don't
See,
be.
that's how I felt for all this time. And you give me a hard time about how I don't do any work and I'm just on Discord and it
Okay,
makes me feel bad.
I've got a strategy. If nobody in the Discord talks and we just let Shalene post cat gifs, she's gonna shoot right back up to the top. It'll be fine.
Don't you dare.
Look at that
Don't you
smell,
dare.
man.
Don't you even dare.
See, I'm the worst. I see things pop up and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to respond to that. And I respond to it in my head. And then I realized that I never responded to it
I'm
on
really
like
bad.
the actual disc.
Yeah, I'm really bad for that.
I do that with text messages too. I'm like the worst texter ever. The worst.
Yeah, do you type stuff in and not hit return? That's me all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I responded. And then a day later, oh crap, why is that still in there?
The intent was great. The follow through, not so
Not
much.
so good.
Yeah.
I have this
Go ahead, Rick.
Let's say the Gboard, texting keyboard. They put the GIF button right next to the space bar, and in some chats, it will auto send GIFs. So I'll be talking, hey, so how are you? GIF, 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 and it's like, because I hit the GIF button and just start sending GIFs out, and some of them are questionable, out of context, and luckily they've only been to my wife, so it's not that bad. But
Yeah,
still.
the other day I wrote half an email, and then I went and made lunch, and then I came back and I was like, oh, I forgot to send this, and then I pushed send, but it was only half written. So then I had to send a second email, and I'm like, I pushed send before I was finished. It was real
I hate
embarrassing.
that. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, it was really silly. Anyways, we got a little bit of a different format today. We're gonna forego the news until after our gameplay and the stock segment as well, because I figured since we have such a large panel today, we would talk about our gameplay first. And so, I don't know who would like to go first.
Well, ladies first. So let's go ahead and start off with Jess.
Wow. Okay. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about with gameplay this week / month. I've been mostly playing 76, as people know, and not a whole lot else. But loving it. Finished the scoreboard already. I know this isn't that Fallout show, so I won't dwell on it. But finished the scoreboard. Got those glass walls. I have put them up and played with them. All the extras.
Nice.
A lot of building, a lot of photography, and of course stream. So yeah, I'm loving my 76 time.
And Can you tell us a little bit about United Wastelanders Network? I'm curious.
Sure.
Because I don't actually
Sure.
know anything about it.
Oh, cool. So UWN, United Wastelanders Network, is a channel that we started back in July.
I love this
Sorry.
show.
Right. She got a call.
Yeah.
For more booze.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Bottle service just arrived.
Promise,
It's
my mom
totally
really
legitimate.
did call. And I was like, I'm up, and I went and got a chair. And
While you're up, I might as well.
Cheers.
and because it's the Halloween podcast.
Basic witch. Love it. Nothing basic about you, girl. I love it.
Oh,
You guys are the best,
I am
man. I
deceased.
just love you.
Oh, that's good. Okay, Jessica, sorry, continue.
It's all good. Are you putting pumpkin Baileys in there since it's basic?
No, this is apple pie.
Apple. Okay, great. So speaking of booze, United Wastelanders Network, we're a Twitch channel, and basically our goal and idea is to showcase a number of different shows on a single Twitch channel. We've got 8 members, formerly of the HOA, as we talked about before, and how we do shows basically grinding, efficient gameplay, building tips and techniques. I do a regular talk show that Shalene was on every couple weeks called Appalachia Tonight. I do that every couple Wednesdays. We have Wasteland Wednesday with Wasteland Medic, where she goes back and she plays previous Fallout games, because we do have most of our content based in 76. But of course, lots of respect and love to the other games. And then on Thursday nights, we do our Everything Camp showcase. And that's where we go around and we showcase a bunch of camps across all 3 platforms. So PlayStation, Xbox, and of course PC.
Okay, now to be clear, you're not like the Gordon Ramsay who visited my camp. You don't just show up and bully people.
Well, I mean, that has happened. Different nights have different flavors, different flares and styles. And some nights, you do have a few more drinks. So it's been known to happen. We have one show that we do occasionally called Wasteland Nightmares with Kyle and Karen. And that's our medic. And
Kyle and a Karen?
Yeah,
Jeez.
Kyle and Karen. It's basically what not to wear for camps.
I feel like we need to invite them to my hole in the ground.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I don't know if you want that.
Let's not talk about camps and building and Adam shop stuff, because I'm poor as far as Adams are concerned, and they put out the cat bundle.
Yeah, he wants the RoboKitty.
The RoboKitty is pretty amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
I wait, you said don't talk about it. I'm so sorry. You'll get it eventually. You will. Have you already spent your trust fund, Adams, this month?
Yeah, I got him on the first 2 bundles, and then
He got the hay bales Halloween decorations bundle.
That's a good one too. There was so much this month. Let's be honest. The Atomic Shop this month was chock full. Not weekly like usual. There were 2 bundles or items a week that you just needed to have.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They did a good job this month.
I haven't played for a while, but I am a first subscriber, so I'm assuming my atoms have accumulated.
It's a good month to log on and spend Daddy War.
You're gonna want the RoboKitty. You're definitely gonna want RoboKitty.
Yeah.
RoboKitty sounds really cool.
Yeah.
He's animatronic, and I noticed something really neat last night. We were playing with him, zoomed in, and his eyes change colors. So when he stands up and he gets interested, and then he gets hissy, his eyes go yellow and then red. It's awesome. Just like Mothman, vengeful RoboKitty.
Not helping. I need a RoboKitty.
So
We
cute.
have a mouse in
So
this house
cute.
somewhere.
It's just like my own live cats. Their eyes change color too when they get enraged.
Oh my, really?
That might not be a cat.
Maybe it's a Pokemon.
Throw that one out there.
I think you may have a familiar and not a cat at all.
They want to call DARPA. Tell them to come get their project back.
Especially Sigvard. You seem so innocent at first, and then it's like.
Is there a camp limit on the number of cats you can have, and do they stack?
Probably just 1.
I don't know on that. It probably has a shared value with something else, but I don't actually have it yet. I've been bad and haven't bought it either. Like Rick, I am Adam poor.
I feel like I'm gonna have to do some science after the show.
Well,
please
and if you're on Xbox for the next few days because of Bombs Drop Week, there are major sales on Adams too.
I love the I know this isn't Fall 76, but you guys saw the news that like Bashnut is returning today for Halloween, or returning next weekend for Halloween.
It sure did.
Yes.
And you're like,
I mean, Jen couldn't be more excited.
I'm so excited.
know,
Anything that involves robots and parades and masks and a confetti cannon, and I'm in. Can you imagine a lunchbox and then getting confetti mess with the confetti cannon? It's going to be absolute chaos. I love it.
okay, I agree with
sounds
you on that,
amazing.
but it's just so weird that they're like, sorry about Halloween Mayhem Night. Here's Bashnut.
I take it how I can get it.
I've been a huge, ever since they first said they were canceling Mischief Night on the forum and then on Twitter back September 14th, 15th. I've been people have been saying, oh, they're going to replace it with something, because in that they said, we are looking at replacing it. But they never said they would. And I was worried that people were assuming, and it was going to cause more trouble about not explaining things well and stuff, which they actually don't do a lot of the time. But this time they were relatively clear that it might not happen. So the fact that we're getting anything, given that they kind of are all hands on deck for Steel Dawn, that's kind of fun. I mean, and Fasnacht, at least it's not Meat Week again. You know what I mean? Because I am full. I don't need a third helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have the meat sweats.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in Meat Week this year. It was meh.
Yeah, that's my gameplay though, so we can move to somebody else. But if we talk Fallout, I am all in.
Jen, what have you been up to?
Oh my goodness. So I got Game Pass, guys.
Good.
I was gifted an Xbox from a very, very wonderful, generous person who is a friend of mine. And I
Was
got
it
Game
Shalene?
Pass.
Because she bought like 5.
No, it wasn't.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, where's mine?
2? There were only 2.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 for you, 2 for me. Come on.
So I've been going through some of the smaller games that I haven't played or that I haven't ever seen before, and I found Kona. Have you played that?
Kona. I haven't played it, but I watched one of my favorite streamers.
Is that where
play
you
it.
just drive around in a Hyundai hatchback for?
I was going to say that's also a good brewing company.
Nobody's.
Yeah.
Hyundai Kona.
Yeah. Well, it's actually I hate saying that. It's actually it's like a surreal detective story. And you drive around in this pickup truck as a detective in northern Quebec in the 70s.
Ooh.
And it's kind of a survival game as well. You freeze to death if you're not careful. You have to keep your sanity up. Smoking cigarettes keeps you sane, apparently, in this game.
70s, man.
Yeah. So
My
I played
husband
it.
would agree with that.
I played a good bit of Kona, but it's brutal. It's kind of grueling and really scary. And I'm not a fan of winter, even though I'm Canadian.
I love winter.
Do you come up and visit?
I love it.
Instead of February, when you haven't seen
Give
sun
me ass
in 3
deep
weeks.
snow, y'all.
Come on up.
Like everybody's like, ugh, global warming, but then all the Canadians are like,
Yeah, like you mean it's only gonna get to -35 here? Sweet. I can wear shorts.
As long as you're on the high ground.
Well, isn't Canada elevated in general? It's higher than the United
Canadian
States.
Shield.
As far as...
Yeah.
I mean, Ontario is elevated, but Alberta is not, and like Saskatchewan is pretty low too.
Yeah, or the eastern provinces.
I come from a place where we build cities below sea level, so I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been at sea level before.
That's right.
Wow.
So have you guys you guys have heard of Calgary, right? Calgary, Alberta, where this great stampede is, blah 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 blah. Well, actually, coincidentally, it was also where the Caesar was invented, but like the drink, yeah.
I thought you meant the salad.
I was thinking salad too.
No, not Caesar salad.
It was like the dressing.
In the U.S., they're called Bloody Marys, I think.
Oh, okay. Bloody Caesar. Yes, no, love a good Bloody Caesar.
Caesars are a little bit different because they've got, Anyways, Calgary, the whole city was built on a floodplain. So, like 3 or 4 years ago, we had this torrential downpour, and the whole city flooded. And it was like millions of homes were damaged. It was awful. Anyways, that's a side story.
You're describing Southeast Kentucky every winter. And every winter, like we get like so much rain, and everybody's like, well, I don't remember it being this rainy before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, last year. And the year before that. And the year before that.
Well,
Guess
you
what?
guys
It's
have all
gonna
that
happen
whiskey.
next year too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get to live out winter in Kona. I've been playing that.
Right. We got a little
Games.
sidetracked
Gameplay,
there.
right.
It's okay. And my happy place right now is No Man's Sky, because I'm in my paradise planet right now. I have two paradise planets now that I have found that I love very much. And riding the animals again
Oh no, everything froze.
is like my favorite
Oh.
pastime for everything. Did we lose Sherry?
Sherry's camera froze.
She'll be back.
no.
She'll be back. She'll be back. It's fine.
Oh, Sherry.
It's just the
She's frozen in time. But anyway, it's been No Man's Sky has been a lot of fun, and then always Fallout 76, because as I always say, it's more than a game, it's a lifestyle. So so I've been in Fallout 76. I saved up my atoms, my trust fund atoms, for 3 months so I could go on an October shopping spree.
Nice.
Because
Wish
I
I had the
knew
foresight.
these things were coming. Well, October, right? I was
know.
hoping. I was
Right,
hoping.
because
I didn't
Halloween
know.
is your favorite, right? Is
It
that
is my absolute
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I even joined the data mining server, and I knew this was coming, and I still spent on my items.
You can't help yourself.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
This is the month where you buy more. You know, once you cross that line and you buy atoms, despite getting your trust fund atoms monthly, you find it's a lot easier the second, third, fifth time you do it.
Yeah, you start to, it wears you down, and then
Yeah.
suddenly it's like, you mean I can get that hat with atoms?
Yeah. Sherry,
and
you're
then
good
you
now.
end up buying it.
You're good now, Sherry. Yeah. We
Oh,
got
good.
you.
So
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Gets ya.
Okay, wait.
It's been
Back up
fun.
here. Back up here.
Hmm,
You
yeah.
can't just say, "Oh, I did in No Man's Sky," but then Fallout 76. What happened
Yeah.
in No Man's Sky? You can't just leave us
Oh
hanging.
my goodness. Well,
Oh, she can.
so I got to the center.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say anything more about what happens at the center, but I'm very glad to report that you can still do stuff.
Oh.
I was really worried. I was like,
They
hard
changed
save.
it. They changed it.
There's
Well, they
more.
changed it a little bit. They've embellished on what originally happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time I've done it, so I don't know what originally happened. I know that it's happened now. So I've been doing some Nexus missions because I'm trying to grind for one of those what are they
Atlas
called?
passes.
No, I want an egg, a void egg.
Yeah, the void egg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I love riding the animals, and if I could ride a permanent animal like a living ship, of course I'm going
Oh.
to do that.
I've
I
seen this living
activated
ship.
it.
It looks really
It's-
cool.
They're beautiful.
I've seen
I-
one
Like
too.
a whale.
Mine's all white and silver, kind of like a
Ugh,
Is
get out of
it?
here with your.
Moby Dick thing.
Hmm.
I'm so hoping to get like a really cool color, but I had an egg that a friend gave me on my other character, but the main story glitched on that character. So I
Oh,
started
no.
it, 40 hours in. It wasn't too bad,
Oh,
but
no.
still, I was so angry. So I started over. I rage quit for about 15 minutes and then started another character.
Are you?
Charlene can tell you all about being careful with eggs.
Yes, I remember.
Don't remind me. R.I.P. Phoebe.
But if you activate an egg, you can't use it on another character. It just activates the quest. So I have to get a whole fresh egg. So I've been grinding for Quicksilver in the Nexus and doing these missions by myself.
Ooh.
Some of them, they're hard.
The weekly ones are
Oh
very
my gosh.
helpful. The weekly ones are definitely very helpful. I will say that's the
Yeah.
easy part.
Is the living ship one really hard?
It's
I've heard
just,
it's a challenge.
It's long, and in order to find like the mission points, it's just frustrating. It's not hard. It's just like
Do you have to use the longitude and latitude in your
Yes,
I've heard
yeah.
that, and I didn't even know that was on my in my cockpit. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's also in your visor when you hit when you pull up your visor binoculars. It's also in the corner, so keep that in mind when you're getting close. But yeah, it's a pain because you're like, oh, I'm real far away. I'm gonna go out and make sure I'm pointed in this direction and boost around the planet, and then you go back down. You're like, and I'm even. Where am I?
Yeah,
I'm in a
it's so
completely
easy to
wrong
get
place.
lost.
I love how
It's
you
so
guys are
easy to
like,
get lost.
I love how you guys are like, yes, I'm so close to getting everything. And I'm like, I just got solar panels.
Solar panels are the best. I love solar panels and the solar panels and a battery, and I'm good.
Oh yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
There's like nothing else. Although I was looking for a place to build with like a. There's like an energy. You can get different filters for the visor, and you can look for like an energy pocket, and you could build a harvester, and it gives you just unlimited power. But there aren't any near cool places to build. So.
Yeah, I only ever find them on terrible planets that want to kill me.
Yeah.
I did, however, enter the black market of visor mods.
Ooh.
What?
You tell.
Oh my gosh, I
You're
see this
so-
guy. He's hanging out by his ship. He's a Corvax.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
looking
Hey,
cool.
hey,
and
you
I'm
want
like,
some-
hey, buddy, what you got? And I feel like this is
Does
going to
he
be
have
like
like a trench coat?
It's so
Yeah.
shady.
Almost. And
Khajiit has wares.
he's hanging out by his ship like he's yeah, totally. Like he's hanging out in the parking lot, right? Waiting for
You
someone to come by.
side-eye and check any sentinels around.
So I go up and I check, and he has black market scanner mods, and I got a wildlife mod, like an animal mod.
Cool.
So instead of like 800 units, I get 16,000 per animal.
Woo!
It's
That's
insane.
a good black market mod.
It's crazy. And when I go to the details, it tells me that that this is at my own risk that I use this stuff.
Yeah.
So I bought another one because I'm excited, right? I'm like, ooh, black market. And I picked up another one for plants. And I'm getting a ton of units for this thing.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
what are the
it's pretty awesome.
consequences if you get caught using them?
I don't know.
Does anyone know
I
what
think-
happened?
Feds come and get me? I
I
have
think
no
the
idea.
black market stuff is like a random roll from my experience. Like I bought so I found the black market dude, and he was selling ship upgrades. And I have one of those. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but they're the high capacity fighter ships that have like the big sides. They kind of look like A-wing fighters from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I like those.
So I spent 4 hours reloading my game save, waiting for one to pop up that was an S class, but it's black and yellow. I found one that's an A class. I'll just upgrade it. But anyway, so it's like, well, I've got a fighter and I need some good parts, so let me go ahead and buy a black market laser cannon upgrade, and I like install it, and I'm like, plus 1%. What is this? And then I installed something else, and it was like plus 15%. So I think they're just random rolls. I don't think they're ranked.
I think you can save and then back out and come back in and re-roll if you.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I
doesn't
think you
work.
can do that. I've never done that with it, but
what the heck?
This is
vendors.
okay. This is
Vendors avoid.
yeah.
Are
this
you
is,
avoid?
Wow! Look, you can
Will
see
you
the
pass?
whites of my eyes.
Terrifying.
I feel like I'm on X-Men or something.
You're
I'm
like
staring into the void, and the void is
Darth
staring
Vader.
back.
the void is wearing a hoodie.
Well, I was planning on showing you guys what my No Man's Sky planet looks like, but that didn't work out so well. So, anyways, continue amongst yourselves. Sounds like you've come a long way. I mean, I'm going to talk about my No Man's Sky gameplay in a bit here, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've
And
been
and
enjoying...
this background that you have, this is the planet that you live on?
One of. I keep dropping bases everywhere because I can't ever remember.
It's like
so I'm
those rich
one
Canadians.
Of my many. Yeah,
those rich
that's
Canadians that
me.
have a cottage in the north.
I have
she's
cottages
like summer planet, winter
everywhere,
planet.
darling. A chalet too.
No Man's Sky is one of the more like entitlement games where you land on a planet, you're like,
Oh, it totally.
This is mine. This is all mine. I own all of this
no
now.
claim. This planet, I shall rename it. Yeah.
like this entire solar system, mine.
Mine, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
it is
what?
very much like that.
Yeah, you guys got
Very
some
much
like
like
manifest destiny going on.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I have fired on people who've landed on my planet. I'm like, be gone.
Have you
All of
gave
it is
them?
mine.
Have you gave them blankets infected with smallpox yet?
Oh no.
I'm not
so
that
I've been
cool.
Suddenly went
putting
dark.
I put my bases down and I feed the animals, and several of them are wildlife preserves. So I have the base so I can go back to it and pet the animals, but not actually do anything. I refuse to kill them.
That's
so
great.
I have a planet I build on that has not a lot except for enormous. They look like dung beetles that fly in the air, and then the rest of it I try to be. Even if I dig down to get something, I fill the ground back up.
Yeah.
Because it's important to
See,
me.
I'm not that good. I don't fill the ground back up. But I don't kill anything unless it attacks me first.
Terraforming sucks in that game. Like I terraformed a cave to like settle inside of a cave, and every once in a while I'll log in and all the dirt went back into it. So I've got to like
trying to
room out.
flatten
It just seems like too much
is
work to me.
awful.
It is.
Trying to flatten is awful. You know where they figured that out though is in Astroneer.
Yeah.
You can make like
Astroneer's terraforming is good.
perfectly flat ground, but in No Man's Sky it's a mess.
Yeah, it's a bit challenging. I'm like going to think, oh, damn it, that's not. It's not precise.
I think we can all agree though that the fact that No Man's Sky even works is kind of a miracle into an
Fast, yeah.
And that it's
like-
still popular.
It's so ambitious.
Yeah, it's one of the most
So,
ambitious games ever.
so it is. Yeah, I agree. It is probably the most ambitious game.
I feel like it hits similar notes that I have in Fallout 76 though. Like the building and stuff like that. Similar, but not the same, because the exploration is not the same and the stories are not the same. Neither is the dark humor. It's missing that. But
Sarah, what have you been up to?
Okay, so Sarah didn't do her homework.
There's no quiz on We Just Love Dames, so I mean
No,
Damestack. I mean
wherever we're at. We have been doing a lot of home repairs.
like IRL
I've
home
been-
repairs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this room that I'm in, this is actually the same room that I was in the last time.
It's different.
Only it's pretty.
Oh.
It looks amazing.
You went all Paige
Looks
Davis
awesome.
on us.
So this is we're trying to figure out what we're gonna call it, because this used to be my husband's office.
Well, now it's your lady cave.
Right. Well.
Okay, that's maybe not the best
terrible.
phrase.
Oh, ouch, Muffin. No,
Well-
Lady Lair. Lady Lair, we heard.
Help
Well,
me.
see, my husband was like, like, now you have a lady space, and I was like, we can't call it that.
Well, you know they have man cave, and I tried to
That's one of those
extrapolate,
things that
but
it doesn't work the other way. It's just
what if we call it a woe-man cave? Will that work?
No.
No.
That makes her sound like a burnout. Yeah.
How about the beauty room?
Oh, any room Sarah's in, but that works.
one could just call it paradise.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Paradise
So
Planet.
this is my room that my stuff is in. So we have my Barbie collection and my makeup, all of it.
nice.
what color are the walls? Because they look black.
They're navy blue.
Oh, I like
I
it.
was gonna guess a blue.
Yeah, it makes the
Well-
closet really pop.
It's a good look.
Whenever I got the idea, we got the idea to do this, I was like, okay, so we're gonna do a makeup room, but I don't want to get the makeup room starter pack that all the YouTube beauty gurus get. You have the picture with the motivational saying and and
Hang
the
in there.
eyelashes.
I
and-
didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. You can, if you go on Amazon, you can type in like makeup room decor, and like every picture that you see on YouTube is there. I'm not even joking. So I went the entire opposite. I went mid-century modern, which is what I really like, and everything. So it's still a work in progress. I don't have everything done, but
It's beautiful, Sarah.
Hey,
Thank you.
You've got closets. I don't have closets.
well, our house was built in 1953.
Oh, it's early. I mean,
So like we have really great big living spaces and teeny tiny bedrooms.
Right.
Tiny, like this
Wait,
big.
so is this the only room that, or have you, like you said, you're remodeling your home? So what else? What other spaces have you?
We have what we used to call the toilet closet.
Oh.
which was the world's smallest full-size bathroom. It was, the people who owned our house before us, they were idiots. There's no other way to put it. I mean, like, we moved in and there was like molding on the floor that wasn't even tacked in. It was just propped against the wall.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And so like I said, we have the world's smallest full-size bathroom. So our teeny tiny bathroom has a vanity, like a big vanity in it, and a corner shower. And when they put the corner shower in, instead of putting the shower head in the corner, so you have elbow space, it's on the side. And so we've lived here, we're going on our 3rd year, and I've only ever taken one shower in that shower because like I was knocking elbows and then I got pissed off and everything. So that is now the pink powder room because the house was built in the 50s. So you have to have a pink powder room. So I painted it pink. And my husband turned our garage into the dude room, which is where him and my son hang out all the time. Half of it is Toby's playroom. Half of it is Bishop's collection. We are talking Ghostbusters, Star Wars, X-Men. He has so much stuff, and it's really cool stuff, and it's all out there. And like, he doesn't even have all of his Ghostbusters stuff out there.
So he has like shelving and displays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And a big TV, and his desk's out there now. So our neighbor makes fun of us because he's like, yeah, she finally kicked y'all out to the garage, didn't she? And I was like, no, they wanted to go there. It wasn't like that.
Well, I mean, he can like hammer stuff and drill and like listen to like heavy metal and, you know.
What is this
Take a
stereotype
2x4
you
out
have in
there
your
and
head?
just start putting holes in it and like whack it a few
It's
times.
It's like when we were like little kids, we had those Fisher Price things where like it had the nail and the screw. It's like now we just have actual 2x4s with actual screws. And you're like, look, honey, I can screw things into wood.
Yeah.
Is that how we all are?
Yeah, like when we get mad, we just take a 2x4 and we screw it into a wall and walk away. Done. Looks great. I don't know what I'll use it for, but it's awesome.
I'll hang a crooked shelf here.
Yes.
I have done a little bit of gaming.
Okay.
My son, he'll be 7 on Tuesday. I've talked about this on Dames, but he is introducing me to games that I normally wouldn't play because I play Fallout all the time.
Okay.
Mama, you should try.
Okay.
So I have played, let's see, in the past, I have played Call of Duty. Don't ask me which Call of Duty it was.
It was the one with the soldiers and the war.
Burly men.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mom, come here, follow me. And then he like shoots me. And then he made me, because we're great parents. My son's favorite movies are The Predator and Aliens.
Nice.
Good choice.
So whenever the Predator Hunting Grounds came out, he was pumped for it. He played the beta, and people were like absolutely getting the shit kicked out of them by a kindergartner at the time. He's in the 1st grade now, and so he made me a lady predator, and so I had to play Predator Hunting Ground. I sucked at it. It was bad, and he's like, Mom, you'll do good next time. And then we played Minecraft, which I appreciate. Minecraft is just not my kind of game. And my daughter, she's 16. She taught Toby how to play Minecraft, and so we're playing. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's moo cows. And he's like, what's a moo cow? And I was like, it's a moo cow. And he's like, Mom, that's a cow. And I'm like, no. It's a moo cow. And I was like, August, which is my daughter. I was like, come here, what is that? She goes, it's a moo cow.
There we go.
And then he gets so tore up whenever we talk about this. He started killing the baby moo cows.
No.
Yeah. And then he gets so tore up and he was like, it wasn't like that. It was an accident.
Some call it gaming. Others call it acting out.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, my son is a baby moo cow murderer. It gets tore up whenever I call them moo cows.
That's really
I like
funny.
Minecraft. I have to log back in. I haven't
I'm
been
still
in
a little mad about the time my nephew and his friend invaded my Minecraft game and killed my only sheep I'd so far found in the game.
No.
That's awful.
Yeah,
I
I remember
needed
that
that
story.
wool to make a bed.
That's kind of my gaming. Like
Okay.
I said, not a lot because we've been killing ourselves trying to get housework done before the holidays.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
What about you, Sherry?
Me, I've been playing a lot of Elder Scrolls Online. Quite a lot. I did diverge a bit to quite a lot also of No Man's Sky, as you can see in the background here.
Yes.
And my prop.
And a little piece of Australia, I see, as well.
Yes, because the spiders are big here in Australia, and we make pets of them.
For our
this is William.
For our
Say hello,
audio listeners, Sherry has a giant fake, I think, spider hanging above her
It's
head.
Australia, you never know.
I thought that was part of your backdrop. Oh my goodness.
I know, we did too until she like started moving it. We're like, what is this wizardry?
Yeah.
So how are you doing in No Man's Sky?
Well, I haven't advanced as far as you guys have. I'm nowhere near the center or anything like that. Despite the fact that I started this game when it launched.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that save is still working.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Well, yeah, I went because I like a year or so ago, I started the game on Xbox, but I originally started the game on PS4 because it only launched on PS4. But yeah, the save on PS4 that I originally started still exists, and I wanted to go back to that and play out that previous save. But yeah, there was a lot of planets I visited, or systems I visited, all the names I gave them, and things like that are gone.
Oh yeah, they did do a lot of revamping for that.
Planets are gone. Planets have been changed to different planets. I mean, as you see in this lava, in my background, it's a volcano planet that's being seen here. There's just fire everywhere. It's probably one of the planets that previously, when the game launched, it could be one of the planets. It could have been a paradise planet.
Now it's Mustafar.
Yeah. So
and now I'm on fire.
Look, climate change.
Climate
change.
Climate change.
What
Yeah,
happens when
seriously.
you have gas house runaway? Or wait, no,
Gas
runaway
greenhouse
effect. That's it.
Yeah.
Not gas house.
And it's like
Different thing.
Gas house is,
Maybe
after Thanksgiving when you have all the family over and it's
And all the Brussels sprouts happen.
Yeah.
That's two things a day.
yeah, and you think, oh, maybe it's not so bad that that my planet lost its name as well, because it doesn't really a planet named A Nice Cup of Tea doesn't really seem appropriate anymore.
nice cup of flaming hot lava.
Yeah,
I boiled this far too long.
Yeah.
yeah. I like the new updates where you have actual firestorms and you literally get on fire.
You know what? The weather is a nice yeah, the weather is and like there's rainbows. I got rainbows on my planet. They're so cool.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I've been trying to actually. When I previously played, I never put down any bases, which has made it really hard to recover all my previous path. But I'm trying to recover my previous path. So this time I've been trying to go back to the beginning. And I don't know if I have actually ever found my first planet. I think that might have been lost. So, but what I have found now, for every system, I put down a base now. I've gone back, so it's a slow process. This is why I don't advance very far, because I get these ideas in my head, these little fussy ideas that I have to do this. Like, I have to retrace my steps to every damn system I've been into.
I love that can give you an amazing backstory, Sherry. Like your characters are wandering. They're like Quarians. They have lost their original planet forever, and they're just wandering in space looking for a new home.
That's like me when I'm trying to find my car in the parking lot.
Yeah, there's no clicker to find your home planet.
There's a lot of systems to go through, because when I was previously playing years ago with the my original save, my cross paths with another player or not just another player, a few other players as well. So I'd come to a new system to see that it's already been discovered by someone else, or planets renamed by someone else, and I got so irritated by that I ended up quickly going through system to system just to get out of their path, so I could get on my own path that isn't systems and planets discovered by another player. So the result of it now is that now because now I'm retracing my steps, because I did that divergent thing, there's a lot of systems to go through now, and it's a mess.
If you think that's insane, there are 255 galaxies. So you're in a galaxy or a universe. Sorry.
Yes.
There are 255 of those, by the way.
Euclid.
255 universes?
Yes.
In
so
No Man's
Euclid
Sky
is
that
one. Say again?
Wow.
In No Man's Sky, like the way the game's set up, I didn't realize this.
Yeah. So Euclid
Wow.
is one of 255.
Oh my
Oh.
Lanta.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So there's a lot there. So completionist, this isn't going to happen.
Are they all the same? Like, I know they're procedurally generated. Are they all duplicates of each other?
No, there are there are different paths you can take eventually that will lead you to different types.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's crazy, and it's definitely not one of those games where you're like, I'm gonna visit everything. It ain't gonna happen. Like, it just can't. Not even one universe. So
what if you quit your job and devote your entire life, no eating, no sleeping?
No, there's like literally no time.
I feel like there's somebody out there that is like trying to do this. They're like, okay, challenge accepted.
Oh no, that's absolutely ridiculous.
But
I'm sure
yeah,
there's somebody
No
trying
Man's
to do
Sky.
it, though.
No Man's Sky
I'm
is
sure
not a
there has to be.
completionist game.
There's a gentleman who has who in Minecraft has on this grand adventure to find the end of Minecraft. I can't remember the word. I don't think it exists anymore, but he's still going. He's been going for years. He's just traveling along trying to find. It's supposed to be where the game starts glitching.
Oh.
Oh.
I admire that kind of dedication. I can't finish some TV shows. So
Yeah, he's looking for the far lands. He's on this journey. He just keeps on traveling, looking for what's called, I guess, the far lands, which is apparently where you hit this wall, so to speak, where it starts glitching. And now and then I see that he's posted a new video, and I thought, he's still going. And I'm pretty sure it's probably been 10 years now.
Right.
Wow.
Farlands or Bust. So it's on YouTube. It's good. It is a good series. It's a good YouTuber.
Well,
nice.
Rick,
Yeah.
Rick, what have you been up to?
Well, honestly, getting a geography lesson, or rather, Shalene's been getting a geography lesson. I go through these little phases where a TV show will inspire me to play a game. So, like I love the Expanse TV show. Watching that, I'm like, I need to play either Mass Effect or No Man's Sky. And since No Man's Sky was getting updates, and I was watching the Expanse, I was like, there we go, 2 in 1. There we yeah, I'll do that. So watched that, and then watched like Terminator and like the Jack Ryan series on Amazon Prime. And I was like, I need a good tactical shooter in my life again. I miss the days of SWAT 3 and SWAT 4 and the old school Rainbow Sixes and stuff. So I need like a tactical shooter. I know. I'll reinstall Ghost Recon Wildlands again, because that game was such a thrill. And so I installed it, and I was playing through the story, because I'd never actually finished the story of this game. I just like went around to every province and collected all the weapon parts so I could build like every weapons platform that I wanted to. So I never actually did the story. So I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to do the story and try to do it tactically, which falls apart in the first 5 minutes because the controls are such that I sneak in to a camp and I'm covered by weeds, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to a crouch position from my prone position, and I hit the button and I stand up and I'm like, hey, everybody. And then everybody shoots at me. So that's a problem. Also, it was great. Here's the other fun part. So it's a Mexican cartel that you're fighting. You're fighting a drug cartel. and there are levels of there's your standard grunts who are just dudes in like wife beaters with like dual Uzis, who I imagine are not trained in the ways of warfare. Safe to say. There's captains and so forth, and then there's the Unidad army. Okay, so there's the gang and then there's the army. I'm in a ghillie suit on the side of a mountain with a sniper rifle that is suppressed, and I fire like 2,000 yards at a dude, and it just misses his head. And he goes, he's right over there, fellas, if you see where I'm pointing. He's right there, so just send all of our teams right there. Oh, good, their teams are right there now. And then just mortar fire right where that sniper is in the ghillie suit, who's in the bush. I see him. That's how the game is when you miss a sniper shot from like 2,000 yards away. It's so annoying.
Does it give you like a little video of the hit, but of the miss in this case?
No, it's not like Sniper Elite. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but like that whole thing where like just the standard trained grunt is a professional counter sniper in like a split second. I was yelling about this to Shalene. I'm like, this stinking Mexican cartel, whatever. Like everyone's a counter sniper and blah blah blah. And she asked me like, well, where does it take place? It was like Bolivia. She's like, well, wait a minute now. You said it's in Bolivia. And
yeah, I thought
Mexican
that Rick
drug
was
cartel.
being an ignorant, Anglo,
Yeah, everything in South America.
When
Mexican
I
drug
thought
cartel,
that when he was saying Mexican, when he meant Latino, and I was like,
No.
Rick, like we've got to work on this, and he's like, no, I would swear they said Mexican. So I was like, but wait, Bolivia?
Yeah, so
Bolivia?
I go to the wiki and it's like game takes place in Bolivia and there's a Mexican drug cartel and Shalene's like, I guess I am wrong. The game was developed by Swedish folks. I don't think they know how all of it works. They don't understand clearly how American SOF works. So
basically, it's like a fan fiction.
oh, totally. they're like the idea is like there's like a small 4-man team that's just like inserted into Bolivia, and somehow this small 4-man team is going to take out an entire cartel when it that's not how special forces operations work. So
No,
they go
only
after-
in US movies.
they go after maybe
USA,
one guy,
go!
but not a whole
Plainly,
army, so.
Bolivia is full of Mexicans. Just
Clearly.
Now it is. So, but it is fun to kind of approach it as just a quasi tactical shooter until everything goes wrong. So that's been a lot of fun to play. Playing some 76 here and there. I've not been playing as much as I wanted to, but I decided to go full bloodied with a bloodied build, and that's been a lot of fun. Did I talk about beating Mafia and starting Mafia 2? I think I
Yeah. Definitive
Yeah.
Edition? Yeah, you said it was.
Yeah, I did.
You told us all about that on the last episode of Gamestack.
Okay, then that is my gameplay. Just some interesting Ghost Recon Wildlands stuff.
So I have a suggestion. Give up the ghillie suit. What
Yeah.
you need, you remember the capes that, or the cloaks that Sam and Frodo wears in the Lord of the Rings? That's what you need.
This isn't Splinter Cell. Although Sam Fisher is in the game, so yeah, I wish I had something like that, or like the Rambo Infinity Bullet bandana.
Although the Predator technology.
Yes, actually, the Predator is in this game. No joke.
Well, then why can't you have the Predator technology? You can go
Yeah,
get it then.
So Sam Fisher's in this game. You have to assist him on a mission. Except like he's in this giant military complex, right? And so on your mini map, if you haven't directly spotted an enemy, you see like a disc on like the map that shows like the rough location of where they are. And like the whole base is purple because you need to add soldiers show up purple. So the whole thing is covered in purple. And he's like, "You've got to sneak in. Don't kill anyone. I'm in the server room." And I'm like, how am I supposed to sneak in when I have got like 4 dudes in tow and they're AI, so they just like walk in front of other bad guys?
Oh no, so they can get you spotted?
Oh,
That
yeah.
is the worst.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Not a good mechanic.
I spent an hour infiltrating a blown out town to rescue some dude in a church. And I get down from this cliff and I'm sneaking into the church. One of my teammates couldn't like actually walk down, so they just like spawned him near me. They spawned him in the church, and he runs out the front door, and all the enemies are shooting at him. I'm like,
When I play Elder Scrolls Online, I sometimes think it would be just really more realistic if the enemies took note of my pets running around me.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Trust me.
How do they not? How do they not? So I've got this great big giant bear going boom, 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 boom beside me, and then this little panther cub going around me as well. Like, so realistic. They don't notice.
The other funny thing about this is we're supposed to be like special ops, special forces. If I do, and when I do, get noticed, and I'm laying in a bush, and bad guys are coming up, if I get flanked or something and killed, I've seen so many times where the overhead camera of my body laying there waiting for a teammate to revive me. The bad guys walk past my team, shooting at me, but they're not shooting at the enemy because I haven't told them to. It's like, guys, we're in a firefight. Shoot back. Like, it's not rocket science.
Oh, no.
Like, I'm a civilian. I even know what ROE is. You get shot at, you fire back. That's simple math there. So that's, yeah. But, yeah, the Predator's in it. You get a story mission, and it's like, we've had weird reportings of some creature in the woods, and, like, you go there, and you see this blur thing zip across your screen, and then, like, the triple laser thing, like, can lock onto you. And it will down you in one shot. So you actually have to fight the Predator and try to kill him. It's kind of cool. There's no
and it
Arnold.
should give you a chance to steal their technology once you've killed them. Then you can have the Predator. I mean, if they've put it in the game, they should.
They did. You don't get it.
Make it.
Although I will say the next Ghost Recon Breakpoint game, which is the second version of this, is a lot more ridiculous and cartoony than this one was. I mean, it's just. I used to play Ghost Recon back in the day when all you had on the screen was a little dot in the center of your screen. That was your reticule for where you shot.
Is that what it's called? A reticule?
Ghost Recon? Reticule?
I say reticle. I say reticle.
I've said reticle too.
A
But
dot.
I didn't even know how to
In
work.
Canada, we don't know what they are, so.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's a
yeah, we don't in Kentucky either.
Target hit vendor. Good job.
Just not rectum.
Bullseye.
There's yeah, I guess you could change the color of the red dot to be brown, but anyway, yeah, so you have the little dot on screen, and that's all you had, and like that was what I was used to with Ghost Recon. Super tactical, very, very. I loved it. It was so much fun. But the Ghost Recon games are just like I don't know. It's fun to play. Anyway, that's my gameplay.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll talk about my gameplay, and then we'll move on to Shalene before we head on into the news. But I haven't been playing all that too much. I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky. Things got really stressful in August and September, re COVID and stuff. So I decided to hop back into No Man's Sky because I seen that there was some new updates and stuff. And I have this thing. Okay, I've only been to the center of the universe once. Because every time there's an update, I start over from scratch. I just like totally wipe everything and just start from the beginning. So,
to do that.
Yeah, just do it.
Maybe.
Just do it. It's very liberating. Like
I do that with TV shows. New season comes out, watch all of them from scratch.
Oh yes, like Stranger Things. You can bet I'm gonna be watching that from the beginning again. But yeah, so I just kind of like started over on this new planet. Didn't like it. Grinded quite a bit. Still have my original ship after 4 star systems I've gone through. I'm just in this like little 15 slot like awesome little ship, and I just can't let go of it. It's like it's a part of me. We've been through so much together.
I know. In my original save, I have a ship that it's like, and its name changes. Sometimes it's like the Wings of Beauty, and sometimes it's called the Wings of Destiny. It's like the game changes its name now and then, but I've always kept it.
That's funny.
The ship is sentient. It's changing its own name.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, so I'm okay with getting another ship now because I have a freighter, so I can just park it, right?
One too.
It's good. It's all fine. So yeah. So I finally I looked around and I finally found like a tropical sort of planet with like these very crystal aqua blue waters and like red grass for some reason, but I'm okay with that. It's still kind of tropical. There's little palm trees and stuff, and then there's these giant pineapples that jump around, which are great.
You're in like a Fruity Loops commercial, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome. Once you get past the acid rainstorms, it's not so bad. But
the citric acid rainstorm.
Yes.
Is, again, Fruity Loops.
Tropical.
Does it rain margarita mix?
Pineapple juice is rough, mate.
I just
can
stand out on the lawn.
Do not drink pineapple juice before going to sleep at night. You are not going to sleep.
Oh,
My throat.
okay.
Yeah.
Like
So
there's a story there.
I don't have much. I've got a few pods on my base, and I've got a rover and a small ship. My freighter's up there, but I haven't really done anything with it because I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in the storyline and like Artemis and Null and like So I'm making my way.
So, real quick, my buddy found a freighter. It's called. There's two classes of freighter. There's a standard freighter, and then there's called a capital ship, and they're bigger. He found it. It looks
That's
like
what
a
I
wedge.
have. It's a capital ship.
Capital ship.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
Yeah.
So he found one that's flat and it's a wedge and has guns all over it. It's a very rare one to find, and he got it in like I think it's black. Anyway,
Really? Because that's what I that's what I have. I
Really?
think. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what he did was he parked it in the sky when he was on the planet because you can do that,
Yeah.
and it looks like a freaking Star Destroyer. Like
Yeah.
chilling in orbit, and you're
Oh,
like,
wow.
It's
That's
like
terrifying.
it goes to a point,
Look.
but the sides are like slanted a bit. So it goes to this point, but it's slanted, and I'm standing on the ground, and I'm like, oh, you
Yeah.
can summon your freighter. Well, I thought it was a freighter. I'm like magooing my way through this game. I have no idea that I have like the best thing. So
Yeah,
I like
that's
spawn
good
it.
shit.
And I'm like, man, it looks good. Haven't done anything with it yet, but yeah. So No Man's Sky's really good. I've been playing a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is just it's just so good. It's so good. I love how technical it is. A lot of people get really overwhelmed by it, but I love how technical it is. They haven't fixed the commercial airliners. It's still a disaster trying to land. I can get the plane in the air and it's fine, but trying to get on the runway, it's a mess. It's a mess. So I've been doing a lot of smaller flights with like little charter planes and stuff like that. And I've been doing a lot of like popular destinations. So last
Island.
last weekend I flew over Astoria, and I flew over the beach where they filmed the ship in the Goonies. Remember the Goonies?
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I filmed over I flew over the actual location in a Cessna, like a charter plane. It's like a 9-seater or something. It's a little bit bigger, but and it was super fun. Like the sunset was beautiful, and you could see like all of like the town. It was all like really like on a slant and like super hilly and stuff. Astoria is such a cool place. And yeah, so I
Where
checked
is that?
Astoria. It's just south of Seattle.
Oh, it's on the west.
It's on the west coast, yeah. So, yeah. So I've been playing. I flew over Astoria while I watched the Goonies. So,
Nice.
because it was like a
Very
2
nice.
It was like a 2-hour flight from Astoria to San Francisco in this little charter plane. So, and then I did the West Coast Trail, and you guys are probably not familiar with West Coast Trail, but it's a famous Canadian hiking trail that goes along the west coast of the Pacific, and it takes about 7 or 8 days for you to do it on foot, but I actually flew it, and it was really cool. We took off around Victoria, and then we flew over Tofino and up to closer to Alaska, so it was really cool. Yeah. So, yeah, it's
Bender,
amazing.
I have a question for you. I haven't caught many of your streams with Flight Simulator. What is the favorite thing you've like regional area or geographic location you've discovered or flown over? Do you have one?
So I've seen Egypt. Egypt is really cool. Seen the pyramids. Not on like I'm just throwing out places that I've been to.
Right.
London needs some work.
Okay. Yeah, infrastructure. We understand.
Well, the Thames, the water in the Thames, like cars are driving under the water where the bridges are, so they need to figure that out. The Canadian Rockies is really cool. The east coast of Canada is really cool. I flew through the desert down by where Area 51 is. I went to Area 51. That was really cool. And I did that in a bush plane, so it was like it was really cool. It is so weird to fly in those like deserted areas and see a tiny little farmhouse and like a car in the driveway, and then you're like flying and you're in this plane by yourself, right? And you're moving really slow because you're in a bush plane, so you're probably going like 90 kilometers an hour, which is like 50 miles per hour, maybe 40 miles per hour. And then you like start thinking, like, what are those people? What do they do? Maybe they're like, is it a drug? Is it like a drug operation? Do they have like a meth lab in there? Like, it's so remote. Like, what's going on? Like, and these are real locations in the desert, right? And a lot of that area is really interesting because when I was flying over, there was all these holes, missile silos, nuclear testing site.
I was gonna say maybe that's where they filmed that Shia LaBeouf movie.
Now, what I'm curious about is construction on I-75 through Kentucky has been going on for like a decade.
How realistic is that? Yeah.
Well, I want to know.
So from flying over my own city and knowing the construction in my own city, I date the data that they use to be about 2 years behind.
Okay, so about 2 years behind. So that would be in the Mount Vernon area.
Although it could depend on the region, I'm not sure. But to go back, Jessica, to your original question, New Zealand. New Zealand has been the best place that I have flown in. Absolutely breathtaking. Unbelievable. Yep.
I believe it. The vistas we've seen in movies filmed there and stuff. I mean, you've never seen such diverse geography in one place. That's wonderful.
The 90s hit show Hercules was filmed there.
Oh.
Really?
Hit show Hercules? I don't think I ever saw that one.
I only know it because I'm listening to the audiobook by Bruce Campbell, If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B-Movie Actor.
That's a great book.
Is that really? Is that a great book?
I love. It's my second time through this book, and I've already listened to the sequel. Because I read a second book.
I prefer Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, for sure. I discovered Bruce Campbell through Xena. That was when I first saw him.
Oh, really? My first intro was Evil Dead 2, and I didn't have any ideas to what
I saw happening. Evil Dead later.
And then I tried to watch Bubba Hotep.
Woo!
Wow. Was that... I wish I were high for that, honestly. No.
They were. No worries.
It's such a weird movie. But yeah, I love... he narrates it, and then he adds bits into it that aren't a part of the original book. So, and plus, like, Bruce Campbell is just... he's still one of
would be enjoyable to listen to.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's part of that, like, still that kind of old guard Hollywood kind of thing. Like a yacht captain kind of look and feel. So anyway, it's good.
Big chin.
So I've also been playing a new game. Like Pantagruelia, I've been scraping the bottom of the Steam barrel for new games. And I picked up a copy of Hard Space Shipbreaker. Have you guys heard of this? So this is it came out this year. I think in the summer sometime. But basically it's set in the future, and you are an engineer that has just gotten a job with Lynx Facilities, which is a company that is designed for breaking ships apart. And so you're contracted, they send you to your station, and you have to live in this little hub on this station, and Earth is sort of like decimated, like there's nothing left of it. Like we've explored the galaxy, we know all the planets, we've discovered other life, and Earth is sort of this like second-rate hotel now. Like nobody really wants to go there anymore because there's better places. So it's really cool. There's all this lore behind it. So anyways, I'm in this hub, and you like start your shift in the morning, and you wake up, and then you got to like make sure that all of your suit equipment is like ready to go, and then you accept a job, which is like could be a list from a list of ships. And then you accept the job, and then you like go out into space, and the ship is there, and on each side of the dock there's a furnace, two furnaces, and then two they're called processors. So the furnace, obviously you throw like raw material in, but the processor you throw in like more expensive things. And then below you, hovering over top of this pale blue dot that we live on, it's called a barge, and it's like a green electrical net that catches all the things that are really valuable, like the reactor cores and the computers and all these things. And you have to go, and they just give you a full ship. It's like fully stocked. There's supplies. Like you have to take it all apart. There's even like data, like hard drives that you find. Like, so you go into the ship, and you have to like properly like depressurize it so you don't die. And then there's like data disks, and you can like pick them up and defrag them and actually listen to like recorded messages or like read emails. So there's all this lore within this game, and people are, it's like when they were on the ship, they were like doing their logs or whatever, and it's like, oh my god, there's an alien outside my door. I don't know what I do. Tell my mom I love her. And it's like all these like really heartfelt like messages, and then you get like this really comical one where it's like, Felix, where did you go? Oh, never bring a cat onto a spaceship. Like, it's so cute. I just love it. It gets a little bit dangerous, though. You have to really think about how you're going to take these ships apart. I took apart 6 different reactors before I actually successfully took apart a reactor. Like, each time they imploded in my face. And it's a little bit scary, too, because the audio is very, like, on point. They've really figured it out. So, yeah, it's a good game. I really enjoy it.
You've reminded me that I've been thinking lately of going back to a game I played before. I didn't finish it to the end, but I've been thinking about it quite a bit recently. I think No Man's Sky's made me think of it. Is Subnautica.
Yes, it's very similar to that.
No Man's Sky of the Deep.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been thinking I want to go back and just restart it all over again. That is just, I just loved that game.
Mm-hmm.
I should go back and play it. And
that's one of those games I've wanted to pick up too. Are there like shipwrecks and stuff that you can explore?
Yes.
Oh, now I really want to play it.
Yes, there are wrecks that you can explore.
When we were children, you know, like I'm assuming some of your heroes were like fantastical people, or like, you know, some people's was Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman or whatever. Mine was Dr. Robert Ballard when I was 8 or 9, because he found the Titanic and the Bismarck. And I'm like, this dude, he's my hero, and anything that has to do with shipwrecks. I didn't know Subnautica had shipwrecks, so now I really want to.
Did you back to that?
Did you guys know
you
that
find yourself stranded on an alien planet? So there are other spaceships that have crashed on the planet, or other no, not like, because it's an alien planet that hasn't been colonized or anything, but there's been other people who've found themselves stranded, and they've built bases and stuff, but they're no longer there, so it's just a wreck of a base underwater, and you discover them. And also, as Linda said before, about finding data discs of the people who were there before, and you listen to their stories a bit, and the story unfolds from the information you find.
Gotcha.
Anyways, we must push on, so I will cut the conversation short there and bring Shalene onto the stage to tell us about all of her lovely gameplay.
Well, one thing that's kind of new that I tried is Xbox Remote Play on my iPad. They've integrated Remote Play into iOS, so it's available on iPhones and iPads. And I tried it out on my iPad, and it was actually very smooth. It works really, really well. So I was laying in bed, playing some Fallout 76 on my iPad. It was fantastic. It's really good. So.
Are the controls
so cool?
No, you have to sync your controller to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I just had it like propped on a pillow, and I had my controller, and I was just kicked back. It was fantastic. So it worked really well. It was very smooth. Very smooth.
That's great. And that's part of the new app update for everyone, right?
Yes, that is part of the new app update. So it's already out in the wild now. You can all go out and try it. It's available on Android as well. It was available on Android first, I believe. So they did take away achievement functionality in the Xbox app, which is madness. Why would they do such a thing?
I know,
I assume it'll be back.
The Xbox app has been so polished and 100% amazing from the get-go.
You've probably never used it, so shut up.
Are you referring to the Xbox? Like, isn't the Xbox store like their store?
We're not talking about the store. We're talking about the iPhone app.
Wow, I came back to you guys fighting?
You've almost certainly never used it, Rick.
Wow.
The Xbox app is so good.
See
the
what
Xbox app
happens when I...
is so good.
It's
the one that
pretty
syncs
good.
your Xbox to the to your phone, kind of thing.
Well, it does that now, but previously it did other things.
Well, I had an Xbox app on my phone at some point.
Okay. Good job. But it used to have an achievement tab.
You should, Rick. You should just
say that to my
stop.
daughter sometimes.
Just stop talking.
I know what that meant.
Just stop talking, Rick. Just stop. It's Shalene's time. It's Shalene's time. She's got the talking stick.
Achievements. You used to be able to look at your achievements on the Xbox app, and I used that a lot. And now you can't use it anymore. It's just it doesn't have your achievements there. You can't look at how far you've gone. You can't look at what new achievements you've got. You can't go through what's locked or unlocked. Why would they take that function away? Why would they take that function away? I blame Bethesda. I think it's bugged.
Oh no! I'm sure they're bringing it back, Shalene.
The achievements clipped through the world.
Honestly, achievements on phone were always a little bit clearer because you could see your percentage complete and a bunch of things time played showed better on that app.
Everyone's worried about Microsoft taking over Bethesda, but they don't realize that Bethesda will take over Microsoft from the inside.
Exactly.
It cracks me up over worrying about that. And I'm like, okay, let's think about this logically. Yes, Bethesda owns, or Microsoft owns Bethesda. They're not going to, make it to where only, Xbox people can play Fallout because Microsoft's in the money-making business. They like money. They're not going to stop themselves from making money.
Oh, I mean, I know we're in the middle of Shalene's gameplay, so we should probably stick with that. But my position on that has evolved. We have concern.
But I'm going to tell you all about what I...
I swear that I think I was thinking this the last time we did this crossover, but I was thinking the next time we do this, we cannot have an agenda because it never works.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Shalene, continue.
Sorry, Shalene.
Okay, so anyways, I guess that's the end of that story. I want the achievements back. So, Bethintern, you're now part of the Microsoft family, Bethintern. So I expect you to carry this message on. Let them know to get this back in the app.
I mean, what do we call them now? A micro-turn?
I think it's still the Bethintern.
Bethintern.
Yeah, they're still the Bethintern. Yeah. The Bethwintern?
I'm lost. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Did I miss something?
I was thinking something really bad. I'm just gonna not.
Yeah, we've always joked that there's an intern at Bethesda who listens to the shows and takes our ideas back. So we call it the Bethintern.
Yeah. There's been a few times where I've suggested stuff on the show, and then
like for example, that West Virginia would be a great setting for Fallout 76.
Very last show that shall not be named. I'm like,
there should be a weapon that's.
Oh, are they listening now? I have a request for a Fallout in Australia. Thank you very much.
Yes,
if you're listening.
We know through historical context in previous shows that things that we have asked for on the show have showed up in the game, so we know that they're listening.
Remember the time that I said Fallout 4 needed more robots, and then like the next morning. They
there
announced Automatron.
Yeah.
It was the best. Yeah. It was the best. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So let me tell you guys a little Animal Crossing story. I'm just gonna pull up this photo. So Animal Crossing, right? I love it. You guys know I love it. My favorite Animal Crossing villager is this little anteater named Antonio. You can see Antonio right up here. I think I'm pointing at the wrong one. Wrong shoulder.
No,
This
you're
is
pointing at the right
Antonio
one.
the anteater. He's wearing his little birthday cake hat because it was his birthday this week. So
Is he
I
wearing a
spent.
suit?
He is wearing a little suit, a little
So it's
blue
his birthday
tuxedo
suit?
It is his birthday suit.
However, I have been admiring the suit on the gorilla in the background there as well.
So it's a
quite
matching
slick.
suit in red. Yes. So Antonio, he's got the sporty personality. He loves to exercise. He's always talking about working out. He wants to go on patrol jogs together. He does like 500 push-ups just to warm up in the morning. And I love him. He's hilarious. He's a funny little anteater. And he's my favorite one. I spent all week shopping for a birthday gift for Antonio. I finally settled on a chair that was shaped like a baseball catcher's mitt. So he loved it. Yes. Sporty home decor. So he loved it. Very great. He said we were BFFs after I gave that to him. So but I've also told you guys the story.
Rick, you're such a boob.
And he's an anteater.
He said Antonio Antares.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, you're
That's
such
really good.
Such
That's
a
really good.
smooth criminal.
Okay. So, zip. Okay, I'm telling the story. Tell the story, Rick. So,
didn't interrupt.
It was me that time.
Last time that we had a Gamestack, I told you guys about the saga of Louis the Gorilla. And Louis the Gorilla does not wear pants. I hate him. He keeps coming back. I can't get rid of him. This is Louis. He's the other animal in the picture here. And Louis, as you can see, was the only other villager that showed up for Antonio's birthday party. So for that, he has redeemed himself, because otherwise Antonio might have spent his birthday alone. But I showed up and there was Antonio, there was Louis, they were dancing, they were jamming. It was great. I wore a cute little Halloween outfit. Let me just duck so the visual people can see that. Yes, it's adorable.
Look at your hat.
Yes,
like
isn't
the
it
hat.
great?
It's
So
a good
cute.
hat.
But that was my Animal Crossing story for this week. Louis has redeemed himself. I'm no longer looking to see if the Rossettis have a hitman in the family, because Louis gets to live.
The Rossettis?
The Rossettis are they're this family of like moles, and they're
I
like,
love it. It's like the Fratellis from the Goonies.
yes. They're great.
I haven't seen the Rossettis in my Animal Crossing this current. I mean, I haven't
Rossettis
played
are
for
great.
many months, but I miss them. Need to.
I miss them too. There are a few that are not in this game. Like, what's the coffee pigeon's name? Brewster the coffee pigeon.
Of course it is.
Yes. I miss Brewster, and I miss Pelly the pelican. There are a lot of great characters.
I only assume they're coming probably in
Tortimer?
updates later.
I want Tortimer. He's
They're
the best.
so punny.
Yes, it's the best. And I also
Who's the one who gave you the trip to the islands in the boat and sang songs?
That was Tortimer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that his name, Tortimer?
I
think that was his name. But he was this elderly turtle.
Yeah.
No, Tortimer was the elderly turtle, and the one in the boat was a slightly younger turtle, I think. Captain.
Yeah,
His name
but
was
yeah, Captain.
Yeah, and he would sing you a song as he went. It was
I love
so
that.
good. I also wanted to tell one little Fallout 76 story, because of course that's where the primary, most of my gameplay is in Fallout 76. But last night I was playing Fallout 76 with Rick and Archin, and we went into Nuclear Winter. And I had one of those nights where I was a little bloodthirsty. I was a little bloodthirsty last night. And
Good for you.
yeah, it was lovely. And we log in, we drop in at the golf course at Bolton Greens, and as usual, we start going to our normal spots looking for loot. There's another team there, so we were just gonna gear up as fast as we could and try and survive this encounter with this other team. And I'm running into this little side room to see if I can hack the computer real quick. And Archon yells out that he's found some people, that they've downed him, and he's in the playground, it looks like. And Rick is farther away. So I know it's up to me. So I'm running outside. I come around the corner, and by this time, Archon's already dead. They've already killed him. He and the guy that killed him is resurrecting his friend that Archon had downed. So there are two guys there, and I see the friend get up just as I come around the corner, and I have a lousy pipe pistol, right? I have a pipe pistol and I have a switchblade, and I just lay into these guys with this pipe pistol. And I downed them both with the pipe pistol. And Rick shows up just as I down the second guy with the pipe pistol, and he came to help. He was ready to save me, and he's like, what? What?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Like, but there's more. Shalene, continue. Explain.
So the two guys are down. I'm out of bullets from my pipe pistol, but that's fine. I have this switchblade, so I just pull it out and I go stab him to death.
It hit me today, and I texted Shalene. I was like, you stabbed 2 people to death in a playground last night. I was upset.
Go, Charlene.
You're a monster.
So, like, Shalene gets in these aggressive moods, but, like, from my perspective, when I turn that corner, they're both on their knees. She walks up, she's like, stop. And, like, it was... I even asked her, I was like, what did you kill them with? Because I didn't know what she had as far as a gun was concerned. We just started. She's like, pipe pistol. I was like, what? Like, how?
Like,
she threw it at him.
Yes, I
threw it at him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
It was crazy.
It was a good night.
I killed them with my ukulele.
Yeah, for ukulele was a switchblade.
It went really well. I was very proud.
So is that the sum of your gameplay?
That's it for me.
Well, Jessica, I believe that you have to get running this evening. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yes, and how can people contact you on social media?
Well, people can follow me on the Twitters at sleepisforT. Or just look up Jessica Starr and Fallout in YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and I'll pop up there too. And yeah, I'm hopping off now. Gonna go jump over to the Fallout feed, which we also record later on Fridays.
Double book.
Full on night.
Well,
well, have fun. Enjoy.
That is the
Love
only.
you, Jess. Thank you for joining us.
Love you,
Thanks
Jess.
so much. Have a great rest of the show, y'all.
Bye.
And Vendor, I'm going to turn my camera off, so I hope I don't mess up your
it's fine.
order.
I'm already expecting. I got it covered. Well, I'm not expecting, but you know.
Oh my! You heard it here first, y'all.
You were glowing.
When's the shower? Yes, so we're going to move into our next segment, and I decided to forego the news. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I think that's a good call.
There were some pretty juicy news stories, including, and I will do a brief synopsis here of the news stories. Okay, so very quickly. Google is distancing itself from Stadia because of some rather shaky comments around how streamers should be paying royalties to video game developers. So check that out.
Such a bad take. Such a bad take.
We have a new Daddy Nathan Drake who is played by an Abercrombie and Fitch model. Wild.
Yeah, what's that about?
Wild, I tell you. He is literally the pre-pubescent version of Nathan Drake. It's not a good thing.
It's Spider-Man. What's his name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah,
I think he looks great. I think he looks great as young Nathan.
I mean,
Drake.
he's very good looking, but I think that
I like
Nathan
Tom
Drake as a
Holland.
character needs to be a little bit more rugged. But
Wouldn't Nathan Fillion be awesome?
I was gonna say it still needs to be Nathan.
Yeah,
Fillion.
Nathan Fillion is too old now. They're doing the story
No.
of young Drake.
No, look at
when they do the story of older Drake.
Oh my God,
then they can Nathan
all the
Fillion.
A little Vaseline
I got
on
it.
that lens, and we won't even see it.
I got it.
Look,
I got it.
if you've seen Will Smith in Gemini Man, they can do Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake.
Heck yeah.
And Alan,
and he won't even have to pretend his name is Nathan, because right?
and Alan,
Yeah.
and Alan Tudyk will be in there for a split second until he dies as a small supporting role, and it'll keep that trend up between the two, and it'll be great.
I always kind of thought that they didn't even, the Nathan Fillion discourse has been going on for a long time, but I always kind of thought that the voice actor could do it. Like he looks enough like Nathan Drake, but
you do realize that those two are actually good friends in real life.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the
I
voice
totally
actor,
blanked on his name. Totally blanked on his name.
But
Nolan North.
Nolan North he plays a character in Alan Tudyk's and Nathan Drake's show Con Men, which is a fantastic show. If you can watch it. It's amazing. Nolan North is in there, and Nolan North took over Nathan Fillion's voice on Destiny 2.
Yeah,
So I mean, they're very much interchangeable in that regard. But yeah, it makes sense. So.
Yeah, I always thought there was no reason why Nolan North couldn't be Drake, because he's Drake.
It's true too. He would also be he is an actor too.
Indeed. We're doing a great job at skipping the news.
Yes.
Also, fantastic job.
Also, very quickly, there is a new podcast out that you guys should check it out. It's called Pixel Therapy, and it's all about how people have found their way through mental illness by playing video games. And so I thought that I would just share that with you. You guys can find it on all of your usual podcast platforms: Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes Radio. How's this for multitasking, hey?
I know, I'm watching this.
I know, I'm just noticing that.
For our audio folks, when Jess left the Zoom call, all the video got a little borked. So Vendor is frantically patching it back together.
Patching it on the fly.
At one point, Sarah had like both halves of her face kind of like stuck together weirdly.
It was like a Picasso.
Great.
Yes, a beautiful work of art. So another very quick news story. The Democrats are now using Twitch streaming as an opportunity to gain more viewers and things. But there's a silver lining to it. Don't get all political on me here. AOC. I don't know if you guys know who AOC is. Adriana something Cortez.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
Thank you. She streamed Among Us. This is the only reason I want to talk about it, because Among Us is an amazing game. It was hilarious. She was killing people left and right, and it was awesome. It was so much fun. Check out the video online. It's pretty funny.
As long as it's not spam, because I keep getting texts and calls.
Not spam at all. It's literally her playing Among Us and feeling bad for killing people.
don't even get me started about the spam text messages and stuff. I keep getting text messages for somebody in Florida named Patricia, and I'm like, y'all, I'm not fat enough to be a Patricia. And
there go all our listeners named Patricia.
I think we might have had none.
Yes.
If your name is Patricia, write in. You may be entitled to compensation.
We have no money, so
I blame the Baileys. I'm sorry.
So and then the very final news story very quickly is Bethesda's being sued again. So
of course they are.
Actually Bethesda and ZeniMax are being sued over an issue with sabotaging Rune 2 for Elder Scrolls. So
okay, I'll be looking at that later.
So I thought we would hop into a little bit Halloween themed segment, because this is a Halloween episode. Ooh. Yeah. And I thought we could talk about our most terrifying things in video games, biggest scares, maybe, or maybe the scariest characters that we think are the scariest characters in all the video games that we've played. So what do you guys think?
I think the end all be all of scary characters in video games is Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2. When you're introduced to Pyramid Head, all right, so real quick, backstory, Silent Hill 2, there's a lot of sexual elements in the game because there is sexual trauma and issues with the actual main character. And because Silent Hill is in a realm that's between worlds, his psychological issues manifest themselves in the game. Thus, the busty nurses are only relevant to him, not the movie, because they got it wrong. Anyway, so there's also these mannequins in the game. Like, dude, so Silent Hill 2 has these mannequins where the bottom of the mannequin are legs and the top are also legs.
Oh wow!
Oh,
And they walk at you and kick.
That's amazing.
that sounds
Oh.
that's unusual.
So the first introduction to Pyramid Head. Do you guys know who Pyramid Head is? Have you ever seen?
Vaguely, only anecdotally.
So he's a
Okay.
very tall, skinny person who carries a giant sword. He has this massive, like box pyramid thing on his head. That's supposed to represent like pain and weight and suffering, and he has an apron on, and he's just covered in blood. The first time you're introduced to Pyramid Head, he is doing things of a thrusty nature
Oh dear.
Oh.
to these mannequins who appear not to be having a good time. It's kind of hard to tell when it's just legs. And you're hiding in a closet. And it's like,
It does sound terrifying.
oh, and it was like, you have to fight it, dude. Like, it was one of the times where, like, Resident Evil has this jump scares where like a dog will jump through a window and you're like, skinless dog. But Silent Hill was one of the few times I ever had like a psychologically terrifying moment from just ridiculous things happening in front of you, and it's like reality for the character and kind of for you.
Mhm,
But yeah,
mhm.
Pyramid Head is still by far one of the most intimidating characters.
Does anyone have
ever.
any other any other thoughts on?
Okay, so confession. I'm a weenie. I mean, like, absolute. I watched, me and my husband, whenever we lived in our apartment, watched Salem. Do you all remember that TV show?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's witches, of course, because it's Salem.
Yeah.
First 3 episodes. We watched the first 3 episodes. I would make him go downstairs with me to go, like, check on the baby because Toby slept downstairs. So I am not the best at this. So
Well, this is what makes it all
for-
all that much better because
for
what's-
Christmas,
Yeah.
for Christmas, the Christmas before me and him got married, he got me a PS3 for Christmas, which was awesome. And he bought me beer to go with it. You know, Alma, the little girl, from work. And I'm sitting on my bed and I'm playing Fear. And Alma's coming at me on the TV. Eyes are closed. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's a rough
what
one.
are you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to kill this little girl. And he's like, your eyes are closed. And I'm like, what's your point?
Goodness.
No, I don't do horror stuff. Well, I love Halloween, but I love like Disney Halloween. You know,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
happy
Halloween
and-
Town.
Yeah. Hocus Pocus.
I'm an absolute pussy.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same.
yeah. Whenever I get scared, I get angry, and I don't do clowns because
Mhm.
no.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I don't do horror games.
Anyone else?
I don't do horror games. Like horror movies, horror games. It's not really my genre that I usually follow up. But going back to Subnautica, that's probably the most scariest game I've ever played because it doesn't really, on the cover advertise as a horror game. But once you start playing it, it's definitely a horror game. Once you go into the depth of underwater and it's really dark.
Mhm.
And I've seen reviewers also comment on the horror aspect as well,
Mhm.
where you go under dark and then they see things and you can't see them very well. It actually gets quite scary. And I think that game has given me the most scares that I've ever had in a game because you'd be going underwater and you think you're safe and then suddenly there's like a leviathan behind you.
Mhm. I have this thing with the deep ocean where like
The deep ocean that's the thing. The deep ocean, the dark, the mysterious,
like
you can't
the
see very
abyss,
far.
the abyss, like
It's terrifying.
messes with my mind. And like when I like Castaway, I held my breath throughout almost that whole movie. Cuz I was just like he's going to drown. He's going to drown. He's going to drown.
I get that. My husband's like that. His thing is the bottom of boats, so he won't watch Titanic with me because he's like, absolutely not. He's like, you're not meant to see that part of a boat. We're not ever going to go on a ship. we're gonna stay on
actual
the land.
bottom of the boat.
The bottom of the boat.
You're not supposed to see that part.
Because if you see that, we're all in trouble.
Exactly. But like, you know, like barnacles and stuff on boats. He won't watch Titanic documentaries with me. I mean, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
That's great.
Since I was a child, I loved the ocean and shipwrecks and stuff, and I understand what the siren is. Like, when I was little, I used to get in trouble by lifeguards because I would go too far out into the ocean, being like 10 or 11. But there's something about the deep black abyss where I'm like, I need to go look at that.
No.
I need to go face
No,
it. I don't
it's
know
fine.
why.
Don't worry about it.
Terrified.
There's things down there. They're doing their thing. You're doing your thing. It's fine. Just leave them.
Oh, I know. But it's just that little element in my head where I'm like, I want to go. Like, I still want to experience being on a boat and looking in a 360 degree and not seeing any land. I want to feel
that freaked me out, man.
That, and I can say
Island.
I've experienced that. It is terrifying.
Yeah, I really want to experience
because
that.
the only thing that you can rely on for surviving is the vessel that you're floating on in the ocean, and that is
nature, man.
absolutely terrifying.
I went on a dolphin watch once, North Myrtle Beach. This was back early aughts, and it was a lot of fun. Got really bad sunburnt, and you know, we went really far out, and so to go on a dolphin watch, you have to the watches go behind like the fishing vessels, and the dolphins will come up and they'll eat the fish. And so it's really cool. But the thing is, we were trusting in like a ship captain and ship, because it was a boat, a ship captain, like named Bubba, who was, you know, back-to-back Budweiser. So, I mean, there was that part of it that wasn't chill, but no, it's kind of creepy whenever you're out there like that.
Yeah.
Planes are what get me. Like, if I was on a survival horror game about a crashing plane, I'm good. Done.
Never been on a plane.
I mean, now that I have like over 300 hours in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I know how many things can go wrong with a Boeing 787, I don't know.
Firmware on a floppy disk.
I don't know.
I was too young to really remember, but I know me and my sister were once caught in a rip, and those things are subtle, man. You can you can be just like ankles, you know, on the seashore.
They suck you right out into the ocean.
You're right out there.
Yeah. Shalene, what about you? Are there any video game characters or moments that? Okay, she's got it all planned out. She's got strings and tacks and.
The scariest video game character is not part of a horror game. No, it's an RPG enemy called the Brood Mother from the Dragon Age series. So, anybody who's played Dragon Age knows exactly what I'm talking about. But give the Brood Mother a Google, and don't do it at work, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, she's the scariest.
Oh yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah, I don't do the spiders.
Dragon Age. Google Brood Mother Dragon Age, because you're getting something else.
Oh God, that is
spiders back.
You know what? That's what I feel like when I get up in the morning.
There's so many sensor squares on this
one.
Look
at the stars. Why are there stars on all the things? Little pasties.
This to Reddit with like a hazard symbol on the bottom.
Oh man.
That's
Shalene, I don't know if you remember this from the council, but Sir Gregory Holm.
Yes.
Very scary.
Yes, he was very scary.
He creeped me right out. It was like
creepy guy.
Really old, wrinkled face that was like painted white like an aristocrat with the red lips, and he had the white sort of colonial hair. And he was really like, his face was super gaunt and sunken in, and it was
like
so
the line
creepy.
Of demarcation where he had painted the white.
Yeah, that was creepy. Yeah, that was a good character. I was just getting
a bad image, just you guys describing it. No.
Yeah. And I can't think of many though, because I don't play a lot of horror games either. But like the ghouls. The ghouls in Fallout 76 when they leap at you, man.
The zombies in Oblivion. Oh my god, they terrify me, and I love
Really?
it.
In
Yeah.
Oblivion?
Yes, in
Okay.
the Alien Ruins. Oh my god. I think in the whole Elder Scrolls games, the most terrifying thing in all the Elder Scrolls games is the zombies in Oblivion. They're like, and they sometimes they don't even have a head, and they're still going,
Yeah,
I don't like the Falmer in
that sound they make.
Yes.
in Skyrim,
It's just so.
but it's because I can imagine what they smell like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they get close to you, they can give you diseases, including the vampire one, which there is a big consequence in Oblivion. There's a big consequence for that. So you got reasons for being really scared of them as well.
Yeah, the vampire virus in Oblivion was no joke. Like to get cured, no.
Yeah, and the zombies could give it to you as well as vampires.
Oh wow.
But, Jen, you haven't said what your scary one would be.
So I like my horror very campy and funny. So I love Evil Dead and all that stuff. I love those movies. One of my favorite musicals is Evil Dead the musical. I can sing the soundtrack back to front.
There's an Evil Dead musical.
Oh my gosh, I will send you the soundtrack.
Yes, please.
It is fantastic. It is really, really good. But I love my horror kind of campy like that. And I love like old school horror movies and like, so there was a zombie walk one year, and and when my husband and I were dating, we both dressed up as zombies to go on this huge zombie walk, and there were like a ton of us, and it was like a lot of people on the street all dressed as zombies, and some photographer had taken a picture of us, and when I saw the picture in the paper, because we were there, I looked at him and I said, wait, are you a fast zombie? Like a 28 days later zombie? And he said, yeah. And I was like, I'm a Romero zombie. I don't know if we can do this.
Honestly, the Romero zombie is the only way to go. So.
It's the only way to go. That kind of like that blind hunger, right? Like I just love old horror movies like that. I don't deal well with slasher films. I don't deal well with like, but I'm not really scared of characters. Like give me like a million limbs.
But if you were to think about a video game character though, like which would you say is probably the one that scared you the most?
So it's not so much the characters as it is the locations.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm good with like many limbs and goo and fangs and blood and stuff, but jump scares, I startle very easily.
Yeah.
And jump scares make me just want to cry.
Yeah.
Inside. And I think the scariest, I didn't expect to be this scared was the Witchcraft Museum in Fallout 4.
Yes.
Oh.
That's a good one.
That's why.
I was so scared of that death clock.
There goes Sherry.
No,
she's back. She's back.
She's back.
It's hard to broadcast from the future.
You got to say everything backwards. It's like
keep that opening in the
encoding.
space-time continuum going. Yeah.
And their technology is so much more advanced than ours is.
The Alien Ruins have a constant sound going on there.
I love the Alien Ruins, man.
I love them, and it just adds this atmosphere to the location. This constant, and you can almost feel the dust on those marble-like walls. You know, you can.
I think what really scared me was in Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice that it wasn't necessarily the character that you could see, it was the character that you could hear. Throughout that journey.
That was like also you too, you know.
Right? And it was terrifying. That was terrifying. I couldn't.
And the voices in
minutes.
Senua's head, some of them would help her, you know, but some of them trolled her as well. They would say, you know, that he's behind you. There's nothing behind you, you know, and sometimes there was a voice that said behind you.
I got chills.
There was.
Dude, like that was the
Game
only
is on my
game
list
that I can remember where after watching like a cutscene and then jumping into combat, I physically like felt I need to kill these people. Like like not like
when
I'm gonna
it's
kill
dead,
you,
then burn it,
like,
and then burn it
but,
some
like,
more.
just out of what had happened to her, the rage that she must have felt to like have to progress over this bridge.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is over their dead bodies. And it that game is like just perfect. Absolutely.
It's so good.
You know, the one thing that I cannot handle is the clickers in Last of Us.
Oh, those are
Heard of
kind of
them?
creepy. Yeah.
Oh, those are like my. I have not gone back to that game because I get so stressed out because I'm like, they're gonna hear me. They're gonna.
Yeah.
I can't even move. Like I'm scared to breathe, even though I've got the controller. I'm like, I feel like they can hear me. They scare me a lot.
You know,
Yeah, the only thing that I can't handle about The Last of Us is my daughter playing it and her crying every 5 minutes.
What kills scary games for me is drama. Like Mike and Sharon just like he stole her like potato chip bag and now there's like bloodshed.
Well,
like Walking Dead got that way and I'm like I can't.
What kind of potato chips was it?
I mean,
yeah, right. If they were
not
ketchup
even
chips,
not even
were
raw.
they salt and
See, for me-
vinegar? Were they all dressed? Like these are details that are important.
For me, if they're Grippos, I mean, I would kill somebody over a bag of Grippos potato chips.
That must be local to you guys.
Yeah, well, they're out of Cincinnati and they have the best barbecue potato chips. And I recently discovered their sweet onion potato chips. There's only like one store around here that sells them, and they have like sugar on them, and they're so good. They're great with the BLT. So
Yeah.
yeah, Grippo's potato chips. If you ever come through Kentucky or Ohio, definitely try them.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I couldn't finish Last of Us mainly because of the controls. That was the thing that did it for me. Not so much the clickers, but I just kept fumbling with the controls. But I was trying to think of that. There was a game that I got reminded of that I can't remember of it now. I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't. We played Resident Evil 7, Shalene. Played that one. Dang it, I can't remember.
In PT, the fetus in the sink was yeah, and it cried and cried, and that one like very nearly broke me before I managed to move on to the next section there.
Yeah.
It was bad.
That would freak me out.
Well, after this, we're all gonna play Stardew Valley, and
it's a happy time game.
But I think that's pretty much a show for us. We do have some plugs and announcements. Rick, did you want to roll through those?
Yeah, let's do it. This Saturday, tomorrow at Shalene, what time did we say? 7?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Let me go look right now.
We're having a community event that we don't even know the time it's starting, which is very much in the vein of how we do things here.
Surprise!
It's at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
There we go. 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain. Tomorrow. Go on our Discord server if you're not already, and if you're on PC, the first one we're doing is on PC only with Fallout 76. We're sorry, but just go ahead and send us your screen name so we can befriend you, and then we'll get together there. I'll start to get it set up a little bit before 7. But yeah, that's going to be fun. There'll be games. There'll be booze, hopefully out of game and in game. All kinds of fun stuff. A costume contest that Shalene is judging.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I will judge you harshly.
There are some legendary weapons up for grabs for that. So join us tomorrow. It'll be fun. A little experiment to see exactly how this turns out because it's our first one. Then after that, which is the 7th of November, is going to be our 24-hour extra live stream. When I say our 24-hour extra live stream, I mean it's going to be my 24-hour extra live stream because I'm a stupid moron who gets himself into things that he thinks about later and regrets it. So I'll be streaming from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard till 10 a.m. on Sunday on the 8th and raising money for kids. And we'll be putting some links up to where you can donate and that sort of thing. The money will be going to Children's Miracle Network, specifically Johns Hopkins Children's Medical Center in Baltimore City, Maryland. So join us for that. The Dames, there's a lot of stuff here. We've got United Wastelanders Network, I believe. Art F76, which Jen, I believe is yours.
Yes, it is.
How
Me
can
and
people find
Howie, Appalachia Howie. You can find us on Twitter at ArtF76. And we're the F76 art projects. We do the art projects and ask people to do stuff like make album covers. This time we are doing F76 at the movies. We just launched on Wednesday.
Nice.
And it's recreate scenes from a movie or recreate a poster.
Is there a maze
some-
in Fallout 76? Because I would totally
Yes.
recreate The Shining.
You can do
There
it.
is.
You can do
there
it.
is a maze there.
There is the Torrance house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Go, go, go. Yeah. There's
Yeah, you
so
have to
many
go
Easter
there.
eggs in that location. It's right
It's so
near
good.
Yeah,
Is the-
it's right near the dried lake bed.
Is the Torrance house from The Shining?
Yes.
It's a
Danny's
reference to
not
it.
here,
yeah.
It's a
Mrs.
reference
Torrance.
to
Yeah.
Yeah. Rad rad.
So
Yep.
So speaking of The Shining, just gonna throw this out here. Do you all remember the Monster High dolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster High dolls. Okay, so my daughter was into them whenever she was
yeah,
little.
yeah.
So they are coming out with Shining dolls.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they are so
Like
cool.
the twins?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
okay.
Cool.
Oh, I thought I was gonna see what's his face in a miniskirt.
Jack Nicholson.
That's it, Jack Nicholson. See, I don't do horror movies at all.
I don't.
No.
I like old horror movies. Hitchcock.
Yeah.
I
Frankenstein,
like,
like
yeah.
Gene
Stephen King.
Wilder. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Think you mean
Stephen King
Frankenstein?
mysteries.
Frankenstein. Yes.
With
Igor.
Igor and
Igor.
with Frodrick.
Mm.
Actually, real quick, Jen, you were saying about old stuff. Nosferatu got me into old horror movies, and one that I've been wanting to see is The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Oh
which
yeah.
inspired Tim Burton. Yeah. So I like the older monster things anyway.
Yeah, we can talk. We can talk.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we have the Art 76, the Halloween thing next 30th, October 30th, which is next Friday, here at twitch.tv/We Just Love Games at 7:30. Nope. 8:30 Mountain. Nope. 8:30 Eastern. It's a lot of time. 8:30 Eastern and 6:30 Mountain. We have that Fallout show, which is going to be, I guess, the Halloween version. That since it's on the 30th, and we'll talk a lot about the Atom Store stuff that I can't buy, and I'm very mad about. That'll be fun. And then Survival Horror Sundays this Sunday, we'll be doing yet another installment of Left 4 Dead 1 inside of Left 4 Dead 2, but we're playing Left 4 Dead 1's campaign. And that'll be this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm not going to do the conversion because I'm done. And that will be happening. Is there anything else I'm missing as far as the Dames are concerned?
When do you guys air your next show?
When it's ready.
Sounds like you run things pretty similar than how we run things here on We Just Love Games Network.
Dames runs on Wizard time. It never arrives early or late. It arrives precisely when it means to.
Yes.
That's correct.
Quite right.
Perfect.
Well
time.
said, Sarah. Well said.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well,
All right.
you can email us if you would like to, and we will read your emails on the air and talk about all the questions that you have. You can email us at info@wejustlovegames.com. You can also find us on Twitter at wejustlovegames.com or at wejustlovegames. You can find Shalene at Shalene L, Rick at Rick McVick, myself at Vendertron N, Sarsaylor at SAR_SAYLOR, and Sherry at Foxsid, FOXSYD, and Jen at Pantagruelia, PANTAGRUELIA. So
And of
make
course,
sure
the lovely Jess is at
Oh
Sleep
yes,
is for Tea.
Sleep is for Tea, Jess, who departed a little bit earlier from the show. So go and shoot them a follow if you're listening after the fact and you haven't found them on internet on the social media yet. I just can't. Okay, so Facebook. We're also on Facebook. Facebook.com/We Just Love Games. We have a Facebook group. Facebook.com/groups/We Just Love Games. We also have a Discord presence. If you are listening live right now, you can scroll right down below Rick. The link to the Discord is there. Chat After Dark, or you can send us a message on social media, and we'll make sure that you get the link to the Discord there. We record live at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. Don't forget, we're on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Make sure you like, subscribe, and review to the show. Thank you all for listening. Shalene, do you have a last word?
Don't let the alluring voice fool you. I'm a lethal killing machine.
Good night, guys.